Kumusta mga kanoise? Welcome back sa ating YouTube channel, Pilipinoises. So, usapang politika na naman tayo ng ating bansa, no? So, ang video to is mula kay Boss Balita TV. So, meron to pamagat na malaking gulo to. Nagdeklara na PBBM, nag-warning na lahat ng pulis kikilos na kakapasok lang. So, yan, panoorin natin ngayon. So, bago natin simulan, Boss Balita TV, supportahan nyo yan. Tapos, syempre, courtesy na rin sa Senate of the Philippines. Tapos, syempre, kung trip nyo ng mga ganitong reaction video, may kasama kayo manood, huwag yan na rin kalimutang supportahan yung YouTube channel natin, Filipino IC. So, ipagdasal din natin yung nasa Visayas, dadaanan ng bagyong Tino. So, sana maging ligtas ang lahat. So, nakakalungkot, nasa Visayas din tayo and then tatamaan din tayo ng bagyong Tino. So, sana maging okay lang lahat, and then ipagdasal na lang natin yung lahat. 'Di ba? And then, sana hindi siya mag-crisis ulit dito sa Visayas kasi baka hindi tayo makapag-upload. Or siguro magre-record na lang tayo ng marami. Tapos, yun i-schedule na lang natin para araw-araw may upload. Mindset pa. So, again, Boss Balita TV Filipino IC. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Start.
Project, grabe si PBBM, nag-warning na, inutusan na mga...
Start zero.
Sobrang nakakagulat na balita, grabe si PBBM, nag-warning na, inutusan ng mga pulis, nakakakilabot ang mensahe, nagdeklara na. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, malaking gulo ang mangyayari sa November 30. Nagbabala si President Marcos, wag daw mga pulis ang sasaktan. Galit na kasi ang mga tao sa mga politikong kinasuhang nagnakaw sa flood control project. Grabe si PBBM, nag-warning na, inutusan ng mga pulis, nakakakilabot ang mensahe, nagdeklara na. Tara panoorin natin.
Good evening, Mr. President. Another large-scale protest is slated for November 30 on Bonifacio Day with rights groups convening since October po. And they said it's going to be bigger than September 21st. Is this a cause for concern, sir?
Yeah. A cause for?
Kaya sobrang daming nagrarally talaga, no? Naintindihan naman natin talaga kung magrarally yung taong bayan dahil sa galit, especially ng mga korap na politiko. Pero wag naman sanang umabot, diba, para magrarally ka lang para i-promote yung sarili mong alyansa or pangalan sa politika. Diba? Dapat rally lang na direct to the point talaga, hindi yung inaano nyo yung mga tinitira nyo sa rally tapos biglang magpo-promote kayo ng mga sarili nyo, kayo din naman mga couples din naman kayo, di ba? Lapok.
No. The only concern
Cubes.
I have when we have demonstrations for whatever
Gutom ako,
reason is that there are agitators who will go and try to cause trouble.
Tama.
What demonstrator goes to a demonstration with Molotov cocktails that are not intending to cause trouble or to hurt people?
Yan lang.
Those are the people that we are worried about. And those are the people that we are watching out for. We have a good idea who they are. And I hope that they don't, tanggalin na ninyo sa isip ninyo yan. Manggugulo kayo, wala namang mangyayari, may masasaktan lang.
Tama. Bisaya, no? Gaya nung yung nangyari doon sa Manila. Di ba? Na yung mga nagrarally ng mga ipal, pinagpapalo ba naman yung yung traffic light, anak ng Tokwa. Galit na galit sa magnanakaw ng kaban ng taong bayan, pero yung mga investan naman ng pera ng taong bayan, sinisira din naman. 'Di ba? Mga sira din.
Nasasaktan pa yung mga kasama ninyo kuminsan. Yung mga pulis, wala namang kinalaman yung pulis.
Tama.
They're just there to control the crowd. They're not there to hurt anyone.
Tama.
So that's the only thing I worry about. Because we know the reasons for this. The reasons is the outrage for what we have been slowly or not so slowly discovering about some of these projects that were egregious in implementation and shameless in, I don't know what you want to call it, in dishonesty and abuse. So, of course they will, of course that will be a cause for outrage. Those funds are supposed to go to people, to feed people, to make their lives better. And that all disappear because they're buying airplanes and buying big mansions kung saan-saan.
Nako.
It's, of course they'll be angry. Isipin mo, ang buhay nila ganyan, kami gutom. How can you be happy?
All right, thank you, Mr. President. Ivy, any follow-up question? That's all. All right, the next question from Eden, Net 25.
Mr. President, good evening po. More than a month na pong naitatag yung ICI, going back to dun po sa issue ng ICI, may we know po kung meron na po bang nai-allot na budget o pondo para kung meron na pong nailaang budget, may budget na po ba ang ICI para sa kanilang how much? Kasi po sinasabi ng ICI
I don't have the details kasi Joke din eh. Kasi we had to, once we appointed the people who were going to sit on the ICI, then they had to do the organizational part, and then we asked them, we won't tell you kasi nga talaga gusto kong ayoko makialam. So ang sanabi na lang namin, ano yung kailangan ninyo, how much will it cost? We will provide the fund, and it's not a big amount because it's really staffing, computers, printers, the usual.
Tama. Pero dapat din pagtuunan talaga yung ICI kasi malaki yung role kasi nila, especially sa usapang ito. Malaki yung role nila yan para sa bansang Pilipinas So sana wag din nilang pabayaan, and then talaga suportahan talaga, and then i-guide talaga ng maayos. So nakakatakot lang dyan sa ICI kung for example administration now na parang inappoint yung ICI, baka next administration papalitan din naman lahat ng ICI members, parang ganyan. So parang ang ending magiging lang din sila kasangkapan, di ba, if ever ganyan. So sana yung next time yung mag-appoint ng ICI hindi siya sa admin, ganun. Or kayo ba, do you think? Kasi kung yan ng admin ngayon, may possibility, 'di ba, na next election, 'di ba? For example, 2028 magpapalitan na naman ng administration. So possible na papalitan din naman nila lahat ng miyembro ng ICI. So sana wag ganyan sana pioneering na lahat, 'di ba? Yung ICI dapat separate talaga siya ba? 'Di ba? Na parang no, hindi nyo kami pwedeng hawakan dito. Hindi nyo kami basta-bastang barasahin dito. Kami yung aayos sa namin dito, kung ano man yung mga gusot dito sa loob ng ICI. So sana ganyan. Kasi kung ang mangyayari niyan, every administration papalitan lahat ng members ng ICI, parang dadating din siya sa point na ma-abuse, 'di ba, yung power ng ICI. So baka babalik na lang ulit tayo sa mga corruption na hindi na naman malutas-lutas kasi nasa ICI na naman yung problema. Parang ganyan ba? 'Di ba? What do you think?
The office equipment. So so it keeps changing. The number keeps changing. So but we can provide some. I don't know what the latest numbers are. Pero kasi yun na nga, una yung staffing kakaunti lang, tapos medyo dumami. Then they're trying to create other departments to do the research, to do the investigation, to do the forensic accounting, all of those things. So it's a work in progress. That's the best way I could put it. It's a work in progress. We are again committed to providing whatever funding is necessary, and we can get to you. It's not going to be a final number, but we'll get to you what we've done so far.
Pero kailan po talaga na ibigay yung kanilang budget? Kasi kailan po na ibigay sa ICI yung budget nila? Kasi 2 weeks ago pa parang nagsabi na wala silang fund.
Wala silang funds doon sa mga gusto nilang gawin. Kasi talaga bago na sabi, we need more of this. We need this that we didn't realize we needed before. So hindi pa namin napondohan. But
tama naman. Parang hindi din siya ganon ka-smooth agad. Kasi kung smooth agad na naman yan, magiging issue pa rin naman yan sa kabila eh. Sasabihin nila, uy, grabe. Pinush talaga ng todo ng admin, no? 'Di ba? Para lang ipolitika kami, 'di ba? Gaganyan na naman. So ngayon naman kapag medyo smooth lang yung galawan, slowly but surely, galit din. 'Di ba? Bakit ganyan? Bakit wala pang Ang gulo din talaga minsan ng tao para.
Committed to make sure that they can to fund their investigation, to make sure that everything that they want to do with the investigation they can do, that they have all the people that they need, that they have all of the whatever equipment that they need, all of that, even information, which is probably the most important thing of all. And funding is important, but if I think the most important promise I made to them is that any single item of information that you require from any department in the executive, you have it. No questions, no subpoena, no nothing. You have it. Basta i-request nyo sa amin, nasa inyo na. That's probably the most important commitment that we made, beyond the funding.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Ace Romero from the Philippine Star.
Mr. President, you ordered the reduction of construction costs of the PWH projects.
Ayan na.
To cover those of farm-to-market roads, irrigation, classrooms, and hospitals. In the case of the PWH, you said several items such as asphalt, steel bars, and cement were overpriced by as much as 50%. Is your expanded cost-cutting directive an acknowledgement that there's indeed a widespread overpricing of projects in the 2026 budget?
Well, that's exactly what we've done. You know how this came about? It's because I remember the costs, when I was governor in Ilocos Norte, the costs by administration, yung by administration ginagawa ng LGU. Yung parehong school building, mas mura sa amin kaysa sa FDPWH. Yung kalsada, mas mura sa amin, so hindi ko namin maintindihan. Well, I thought, siyempre part of that's already corruption. Pero ito yung presyuhan ko minsan ng DPWH doon sa kung you go to the hardware store and you buy the construction materials from the hardware store, it's cheaper than if DPWH charges it. Because
parang ganito pala, no? Yung ICI, parang pwede din siyang maging sa DPWH kung each administration papalitan. 'Di ba? Yung member ng ICI. 'Di ba? So sana next administration, i-maintain na lang nila, wag na nilang pakialaman yung ICI na to. Kasi syempre, may ano naman yan eh. May mga nagko-comment naman, especially yung sa kabila na yung ICI na yan, personal interest lang naman yan ng administration. 'Di ba? So sana kung ganyan yung paniniwala nila, 'di ba? Next administration, wag nilang papalitan yung ICI para maano talaga nila na solid lang. 'Di ba?
Also, it's not corruption is part of it, but the other part of it is the tinatawag sa friction cost. The bureaucracy is so complex. Ang dami mong gagawin before you can get a permit. Ang dami mong gagawin bago ka makapag-procure. Kuminsan talagang red tape lang talaga. And that costs money. That costs money. So, because we are reducing that side of it, the red tape of it anyway, sabi na, we don't have to pay for that red tape anymore. So let's bring the prices down to something closer to market, to what anybody else can buy in the store. So yun ang aming talagang habol. Hindi na kasi napupunta yan. Ang una naming inayos was the DBM, but put out now has a website where you can order all the LGUs basically ang tinitignan namin, or any kinds of equipment. You have a choice. You can buy, basta it's all accredited. At saka nakalista doon, naka-display doon yung presyo. So hindi ka makapag-overprice. So that was the LGU. Now this is the public, this is the DPWH. So yun ang talagang meron din talaga nakikita na overprice. Na part of it is corruption, part of it is red tape and friction costs. So well, Secretary Vince, nakita niyo naman, he's working very, very hard to find all of the areas where we can make some savings so that the expenditures of DPWH will be very, very effective and will have a good multiplier effect. So, yes, this is, we've been doing this, malaki lang ang values nito kasi sa DPWH, laki-laki ng pera eh. Pero matagal na namin ginagawa ito, naghahanap kami ng savings in all the departments and all the, mag-streamline kami para hindi pa ulit-ulit yung mga procedure. All of those things we've been doing. Now it's DPWH's turn.
So given what you saw, Mr. President, yung red tape, yung overpricing, yung corruption, how would you describe this problem then, based on what you saw?
How do I describe it?
The problem, yes. The extent.
It's a problem that exists in every large bureaucracy. Some worse than others. But it's something that, you will never be able to say that we have removed all of corruption. There will always be, laging may loko dyan na kahit anong gawin mo, baka hanap ng paraan yan para lokohin ng gobyerno.
Tama.
But we are...
Diba? Tama naman yan. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung ICI na yan, pwede din niyang masingitan ng mga kalokohan sa katagalan. Especially kapag yun nga, magsisimula na every administration papalitan nila yung mamumuno ng ICI or yung mga investigators ng ICI. Diba? So sana walang ganyang mangyari. Sana yung ICI is, payag ba kayo na parang out of administration na lang siya. Diba? Na siguro kung magkakabalasahan dun mismo sa loob ng ICI. And then sana sobrang transparent nila kasi yung role talaga nila para sa buong bansa eh. 'Di ba? Para din mapigilan yung yung pag-a-abuse ng administration. Lang suggestion lang.
But if the systems are in place, you make it harder and harder and harder for those people to do yung nangungurakot. You make it harder and harder for them to do. The harder it becomes, the smaller the number of people are still operating under corrupt practices. So it's an ongoing thing. It's not something that you can solve with one fell swoop.
Okay, just a quick related question, Mr.
Sure.
President. After ordering a probe into flood control projects, you launched the Sumbong sa Pangulo website, formed the ICI, removed the funding for flood control structures, and then ordered the reduction of DPWH project costs. Can we expect other similar measures in the next few days or weeks? And if yes, what are they?
Similar measures as what?
similar related measures that seek to curb corruption? Kasi ang dami nyo na pong mga directive sunod-sunod.
Now it's time to let the ICI do its work, and let the Ombudsman do his work, and let the DOJ do their work. And then that is on the legal side na hinahabol natin yung mga na-identify na kasama dito sa napakalaking sistema ng korupsyon. But also on the other side, because we talked about the reduction in the prices of materials for DPWH, we're also at the same time trying to find savings in that.
Tama lang naman. Di ba? I-reduct nila yung budget sa DPWH tapos ilagay nila sa ICI. Di win-win yung government, yung taong bayan. Di ba? Yung mga antay lang naman yung yung magagalit sa mga ganyan.
Even just now when there is upon resumption of the budget hearings, marami na nakita in both houses, in both the House of Representatives and the Senate, na magkakaroon pa tayo ng savings. So I think it will be we will be able to show that it is in fact possible to write a good, clean budget.
Sir, on a different topic naman po, what is your reaction on a petition filed before the Supreme Court questioning the constitutionality of the ICI? The petitioner said there could be a conflict of interest since the ICI was created by the executive branch of the government. And the center of the investigation, which is the DPWH.
Diba? Yan yung sabi ko sa inyo na pwede nga naman talaga siyang magamit. No doubt about that. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung ICI naman kasi, kailangan din nilang i-prove ngayon, diba, na kahit yung administration is kaya nilang kaya nilang mapanagot kung kinakailangan. 'Di ba? Parang diyan magsisimula yung credibility kasi yun nga kung magiging matagumpay yung ICI ngayon, 'di ba? Tapos next election, next administration papalitan lang din. So parang dun pa lang makikita mo na magagamit talaga yung ICI para sa pansariling interest ng administration. Ngayon, kung open yung next administration, natanggapin pa rin itong ICI na to, na hindi sila yung nag-appoint, doon parang masasabi mo na, solid talaga itong ICI na to. Diba? Kasi hindi admin yung nag-appoint eh. Sa part naman na in-appoint ng admin ngayon yung ICI, wala talaga tayong magagawa dyan kasi kailangan nilang simulan yan eh. Kaya nga sabi ko nga sa inyo, kahit anong pag-iimbestiga ng ICI, kasuhan nila yung lahat ng involved dyan, yung mga senator sila Villanueva or sila Jinggoy, hindi pa rin talaga ako bumibilib sa ICI. Not until meron talaga silang mapakulong or mapanagot. Doon lang talaga ako totally sasaludo par. So kudos sa kanila sa mga ginagawa nila ngayon, pero para makuha nila yung respeto ko or sa inyo, bahala kayo kung paano, sana meron talaga silang mapanagot. Kasi nang sa ganun, makita natin talaga na sobrang grabe yung function nila. Diba? Kasi kung hindi, ano na lang yan, AICC na lang yan. Diba?
It is under the same branch of the
Well,
government.
it's not exactly a surprise. The ICI is an entirely new entity that didn't exist before, that we are only now completely defining. So there will be questions as to its legality, its constitutionality, and I'm sure I know that somebody will raise. I don't know about the others, but I was sure somebody would have an idea.
Pero pwede ding if ever mapunta or yun nga, yung next administration kalaban ng admin ngayon, wag naman sana or bahala kayo dyan. Pwede nilang i-abolish yan, di ba, if ever. Kasi bukod sa tinik sa lalamunan nila yan, kasi mga pakialamero yung mga yan, di ba, nakikialam ng mga masasamang gawain, is ayaw nila na tumatak yung legacy ni PBBM, di ba, na, nabuo to sa time ni PBBM, hindi pwedeng magtuloy-tuloy ito. Ano na lang sasabihin ng taong bayan na kahit sa administration namin, pinapakinabangan namin yung ICI na gawang Marcos. So alam namin nyo naman na ayaw talaga nilang bumango yung pangalang Marcos, diba? So may possibility din pala na ma-abolish yan next administration na. So sad.
That maybe it's unconstitutional or that it's unlawful. We'll just have to answer those allegations, and we'll see how the Supreme Court decides.
Tama.
So I haven't looked into it in any great detail as yet. Of course, I will do that when I get back. But it's not a surprise. Maybe there will be more. We'll see. And we'll just have to explain what it is we're trying to do, and maybe the methodology of it, maybe, is something that needs to be amended. But still, we just the Solgen will defend us and defend our position in the Supreme Court, and we'll see how it ends. But I'm very confident that we are on safe legal grounds, because before we started even thinking about organizing the ICI, I made sure that I got legal opinions from the best legal minds that I know. Basta yung kilala ko talagang napakagaling ang legal mind. The opinion that...
Yun naman talaga yung dapat, di ba? Kung gusto mo talagang naipakita, di ba? Especially ngayon, pagbabalik ng mga Marcos sa Malacanang, need nilang magpapangupar. Hindi pwedeng sasayangin ni PBBM to. Kaya I think isa din talaga to sa sa part kung bakit pino-push talaga to ng admin para parang redemption nila ba na anong tingin nyo sa mga Marcos. Kita nyo, di ba? Gagawin namin yung hate namin yung mga kurakot, kahit mga senador yan, papanagutin namin yan. So, yun nga. Sana ganyan yung mangyari like mapanagot talaga yung mga involved ba. Tapos senador pa, mapakulong talaga. Sobrang gandang legacy nun, par. Saludo talaga if ever mangyari yun.
Came back was favorable. And so it is. I do believe we're on firm legal ground here. I'm going home. All of us are going back to Manila with a lot of ideas to think about and some work to do to develop those ideas. And I think that that will be a good that is a good reason for having this summit. So I'm very happy, despite the fact that it was a very tight schedule, because we just came back. We just came back from ASEAN, from KL, and we went almost directly here. But nonetheless, it's worth the fatigue and the sleep starvation. That's not important anymore.
Thank you, Mr. President. The first question will be from Anna from GMA Online.
And the sleep starvation, di ba? Sana all naman, di ba? Yung natin, presidente natin, par todo kayod. Yung isa kaya doon, anong ginagawa? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, may we know what's the wisdom behind the creation po ng Task Force Philippines between the Philippines and the United States?
Because it is basically it's organizing ourselves into a more cohesive unit in terms of the protection of the freedom of navigation in the South China Sea, the West Philippine Sea for us. So yun lang naman yun. Because it is members of the military, they have to establish procedure so as to be able to operate together. And iba yung participants ngayon eh. Iba yung vessels na pinadala ng Amerika, iba yung gagamitin ng Navy natin. So we have to put together a new structure to make maximum use of the time that we are doing these exercises.
Sir, quick follow-up lang po. How will this new task force be different sa iba pa po nating partnership with the US? And do you see this as a mechanism that will ease the tension and aggressive actions of China in the West Philippine Sea?
Well, at the very least, the difference is because the vessels are different. So, may carrier group, meron silang So we have to work. We have to learn how to work with a different set of parameters, military parameters, and that was the basic difference. It will not lower. It will not. It will. I hope it will lower the tensions in West Philippine Sea. It will certainly not heighten them, because it's not something new. Wala namang bagong ginagawa. Nagkaka-heighten.
Hindi lo-lower yan ng tigas ng mga Chinese eh.
Lang of tension kapag may sumubok ng bago. Yung dati hindi ginagawa, bigla na lang gagawin. Yun, magkaka-tension. And that's not what's going to happen here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next question from Daryl Sierra from PNA.
Good evening, sir. Sir, could you share lang po the key outcomes of your bilateral meeting with South Korean President Lee Jae-myung?
Yeah.
Ano pong maasahan natin from the meeting in terms of investment, security, and defense cooperation? Thank you, sir.
Of course, I had to meet the new president because bago nga siya, hindi pa kami nagkakilala. I had only been able when he was when he newly took office. All I was able to do was give him a telephone call. And this is the first time I met him was in KL. Pero sandali lang so we made the point that we have a bilateral meeting. Well, in the bilateral meeting, I'm happy to say that the cooperation between the Republic of Korea and the Philippines will continue at the very least, and we have found many other ways where it can even be developed, intensified, deepened, and that is something that is always to the good, and
always something to the good. Siyempre, sinisira na ng mga DDS ngayon yung ano na naman ng admin kasi hindi daw marunong makipag-ano sa ibang bansa or mga ibang leaders. So, tingnan natin.
Republic of Korea has always been very supportive of the Philippines. They are helping us with equipment for our modernization of our military. They are also helping us with joining our exercises. And beyond defense and security, if you will do a little research, the Korean Exim Bank has so many projects in the Philippines na talagang nakakatulong sa atin because they have a very good idea of what the Philippines needs. Hindi lang sinasabi
South Korea, hindi gaya ng iba, pogo.
Some institutions will say, we will finance you only if you do this. Kung yung if only you do this is hindi naman bagay sa atin, hindi natin sila. They are very knowledgeable about the issues that we have to face in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of digitalization, in terms of all of those manufacturing. And so that, again, is what we discussed. And I said, I hope it continues because maganda naman yung ang ating partnership. Hindi nagkakagulo, maayos ang trabaho. You are hiring very many people. You are transferring the newest technology to us. So that is all, again, to the advantage of both Korea and the Philippines.
So yan yung tinatawag na solid, di ba? Na pakikipagkalakalan ba yan sa ibang bansa. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero kita nyo naman yung effort ng administration, especially sa usaping Kasi may nakita kasi ako na vloggers nung kabila, nag-post siya na yun nga, sobrang astig daw ni FPRRD. Kinumpara niya kasi sobrang astig daw ni FPRRD na nagawa niya i-face to face si Putin at saka si Xi Jinping. So marunong daw magdala si FPRRD. Not like PBBM daw is parang yung nakalimutan ko yung word niya. Na parang malamya ba yung ibig niya, gusto niyang itumbok doon, something like that. So yun nga, akala mo naman talaga, 'di ba? Walang gentleman's agreement na nangyayari between Philippines and China nung panahon nila. So, natural, medyo kakalma talaga yun. May gentleman's agreement Papabor sa kanila Anong ini-expect mo? Tsaka, yun nga, yung medyo nabahag daw yung buntot ni PBBM nung nakaharap niya yung presidente ng China. So, ano ba yung gusto nyo suntukin ni PBBM yung presidente ng China? Actually, naiinis talaga ako sa ganyan na parang, yun nga, kinukumpara nila si FPRD kay PBBM sa way nila na pag-handle ng ng ibang leaders or yung China at saka yung Russia. So, ewan ko kung yun nga, binuboost lang din nila yung sarili nila pero for me, sobrang laki talaga ng pagkakaiba diba? Kasi dati naman, aminado ako, medyo nabilib talaga ako sa ginawa ni FPRD dati. Yun sa China. Pero knowing na merong gentleman's agreement, wag na lang. Diba? Yung isa pa na nawagan pa na i-abolish daw yung Philippine Coast Guard. Anak ng Tokwa. Sa sobrang pagkamahal talaga nila sa China willing nila na i-abolish yung Philippine Coast Guard. Dahil lang hindi umaayon, 'di ba, sa mga sinasamba nilang politiko yung mga pinagagagawa ng Coast Guard, especially yung defense natin. Nakakainis yung ganyan na willing talaga nilang i-sacrifice para lang sa mga idolo nila or sa mga sinusuportahan nilang politician. 'Di ba? Hindi naman sila makapagbigay ng suggestion kung ano yung gagawin. Hindi naman nila masabi na ibigay na lang yung West Philippines sa China. Diba? So, ano bang solusyon na ginagawa nila? Wala naman. Diba? So, as of now, pagtindig lang talaga yung magagawa natin dyan. And then, yun nga. Kudos pa rin naman kasi sa ibang bansa naman, ibang mga kaalyansa natin is nahahandle naman yun ng mabuti ni PBBM. Ewan ko kung nakikita yan nung kabila or pinipili lang nila na wag tingnan kasi kikirot yung mga damdamin nila. Ayaw kasi nila na bumango yung admin ngayon, 'di ba? So parang ini-invalidate or dinidiscredit na lang nila yon. Pero sa totoo naman meron naman talagang maraming nagawa yung admin. Especially yung pagkikipag-usap sa ibang bansa like ganyan, South Korea. 'Di ba? Sobrang solido. 'Di ba? Hindi lang talaga nila maamin par. Ewan ko kung bakit ganyan sila o umabot sila sa ganyang era ng pagka-die hard, ano. Pero wala. Ang pangit lang din kasi talagang pakinggan or isipin na parang para sa sinusuportahan mo, willing kang kanain, 'di ba? But anyways, hanggang dito na lang muna. So, kayo na masasabi yun dito, comment down below. Tapos yun, pag-usapan natin sa comment section. And then, yun. Ay, yung sa ano pala, yung sa rally na mangyayari sa Nov 30 yata yun. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, sana sa mga kababayan natin, wag nating gayahin yung ginawa sa Maynila na parang, yung pulis yung pag-aanohin natin. Kasi yung kapulisan talaga natin, nasa gitna lang talaga yan. Diba? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, mag-class ka na. Kalabanin mo yung admin. Kasi kung ganyan, per administration, ganyan yung mangyayari. Gusto nyo ba? Baka magugulat na lang tayo later. Magsasuggest na naman yung mga DDS dyan na i-abolish yung PNP. Ay, nako. Sila talaga kapag hindi umayon sa kanila, pinapa-abolish nila. Anak ng tokwa. So anyways, that's it. So kayo na masasabi nyo dito, comment down below, and then yun, pag-usapan natin sa comment section. So again, Pilipino si Boss Balita TV, subscribe nyo rin. Original video in the description box below, and then courtesy na rin sa Malacanang, Malacanang. So that's it. Filipino is out. Like, comment, share, subscribe.